I think
Amal,
that door... I think something with the orphanage has to do with this door. Just like the last... Just like the pin door. The golden door has been completed. Just wanted to share my thoughts on the red door. If we ever get a chance, I would like to close that door once and for all.
Speaking of doors, has the yellow door changed?
The yellow door?
Yeah.
I don't think the yellow door has changed.
And frankly, I'm not sure we can say that the whole psychic pin thing was properly resolved. If anything, it might have been a warning.
Well, at any rate, this is all lots of mysterious stuff, but hey, we don't have to talk about that. Tiffany's big day is tomorrow.
I know! Hey!
Little break from all the craziness that's been happening. What do you guys say?
Oh, right, you weren't there when Remy tried setting me on fire when I tried fitting him for a collar. Thank you for warning me he has a phobia about collars, Noir. I think I figured something else out for him, but still.
Because it sucks. What type of things would you like? Molly, just wanted to let you know about Madsen's situation.
Yeah, what happened?
Didn't exactly go swimmingly. I tried to get her charges reduced. I even tried to lie and say that I coerced her, that she didn't want to do it, and made her do it against her own will, and tried to do it stealthily by just...
Wait, so
just called me a freak.
You tried... You were going to put yourself in danger just to let her out? I mean, I don't know about all the laws against psychics, but I'm pretty sure that would get you in even more trouble.
Or maybe I should go there. Like, that person died that night. That they may have been terrorists, but they died because we interfered. They may have lived. I don't know. If the cops just did their job like they were, they may not have suffocated.
You have someone to live for. I mean, you have two someones to live for. You have your brother, and you have Remy. If you give up your freedom, what are they gonna do? Listen, the time I spent in prison was the best thing that could have happened to me, because it brought me to Bullet. It brought me a lot of good friends. But you will lose your brother. You'll lose Remy if you go there.
I could be better off.
You don't know that. And what I see right now is that no one's perfect, but you're doing the best you can. And you have to keep doing that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about your friend. I never intended to get them in trouble.
I'm taking care of her Rotom right now, and it's weird. I don't know what he eats. But I'm doing my best. That's all I can do.
Good luck.
You have we're getting to be kind of friends now, I think, and so I want you to promise me, always do your best, okay? Don't just throw yourself in danger like that.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind. Okay.
All right.
The next morning comes along. It's the big day, and so one little detail that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the events of today, but I just wanted to just drop in a slight detail that anyone who's reading the morning paper, you can decide for yourselves whether you actually would read the morning paper, but I'm just going to mention that anyone who reads the morning paper will notice that there is the major article is talking again about how more Pokemon are mysteriously disappearing from their PCs. This time, the most recent reports of Pokemon disappearing from their owners' trainers' PCs is a Clefable, a Snubble, a Swirlix, a Sylveon, a Togepi, and a Spritzy.
So all fairies.
Have all mysteriously disappeared from people's PCs. Yes.
Interesting. Question about that then.
Yes.
I think that it would be reasonable for Cassie to read the paper. I mean, she read the paper to see that
Sure.
the Prism Labs thing, so I assume that they just kind of casually always have the paper on the
Sure.
table, so they'll eat it while eating, or read it while eating.
Sure.
breakfast.
You can notice that. I don't know if Cassie will say anything out loud to anyone.
Well, I'm just curious then, has she seen then other reports of this?
Not. I don't think her eye has caught any other reports since the last time a report about these Pokemon disappearing from their PCs has occurred back in session 3 or 4. I think session 3 is when there was the last mention of it.
Okay, so she probably hasn't actually at least looked into them too thoroughly.
Probably would not have looked into it yet.
Okay.
But maybe that might be something to put away for next time. Maybe.
Right, yeah. I won't bog us down with roleplay. I'll let you keep going.
Okay. So, I guess everybody who is involved will arrive and meet Tiffany in front of the big, grand, newly created Pokemon contest facility, including Chase, I guess, for positive support. And this building is definitely one of the best looking in the entire city. It's very grand. There are pillars all around this building. Each pillar has a Pokemon that represents each Pokemon type. So each Pokemon is a pillar. And it hasn't completely opened to the public yet. It was probably construction of this facility was probably finished within the last month. Now they're just, there's still a few, I think right now they're taking care of the topiary gardens outside. Of course, all of these topiary gardens are in the shapes of various Pokemon. And so there's a lot of gardeners and a lot of other landscaping people about. But Tiffany, you'll probably arrive there early before everybody else, at least waiting to meet up so that they could have all their Pokemon in tow with them, ready for the festivities.
Hey!
You don't see Jefferson anywhere yet.
Oh, that's it. Do I see the other person?
The other person? No,
Yes,
not
there
yet.
were-
The other person, the third candidate does not seem to be there either.
Aw. Can I just roll general perception, see if anything feels off?
Go ahead. No, nothing seems off.
Okay.
I'm just going to assume that you aren't going to buzz yourself in until all of the Pokemon have arrived.
Yes, that would kind of help. I don't think they have backstage passes yet.
Yes. So, you guys meet. What happens?
Ah, finally! Runs over.
And Cassie will be carrying Fern this time.
Molly would come flying in on Bullet.
Nor will be walking beside Remy unless Remy wants to be carried, but do not.
Nice one.
He's a walk. He's his own man.
Well, he has to perfect his strut, you know.
He was
So,
very
you
happy
ready for
sitting
this?
next to Tiffany.
No.
Okay, everyone's Pokemon slept well last night. They've eaten.
Yep. Oh,
Okay,
good.
they've all had their poffins like I've been asking. Okay,
I've
great.
kept on top of that.
Okay.
So I guess Tiffany will turn around and she will hit the little buzzer on the door. Nobody answers right away. You wait for a bit, you hit the buzzer again, and then finally the door opens. So the person who you've been contacting this entire time is Miss O'Nair, is her name. But the person who answers the door is a gentleman in a custodian outfit. He opens the door and he's coughing a little bit when he opens up. And he cracks open the door and says, "May I help you?"
Yes, I'm Tiffany Benwell. I'm competing today.
Oh, yes, he says, please come in. The missus
Okay.
will, I'll go get the missus.
Thank you.
He coughs. And then you guys come in, and shortly after the custodian has left, you see this woman, relatively tall woman with broad shoulders, and she's dressed in like very pale blue, with a very pale blue outfit, and she calls out to you and says, "Tiffany, oh Tiffany, is that you?" And the voice of this woman is very low. It's very masculine, and this is Miss O'Nair.
It's not just James pretending.
That's Miss O'Nair.
Oh, pretty.
Tiffany Benoit.
That's me. Such a pleasure to meet you finally.
It's such a pleasure. She says, "I've heard so much about you. The evaluators were telling me all about your skills, and I am so excited to see what you have in store for us." And she says, "Actually, I'll give you a hug. I'm a hugging kind of person."
Okay, hugs.
She
Yay.
gives you a hug.
Goes in, hugs.
And you brought some friends with you.
Oh, yes. These are the trainers of the Pokemon I'll be representing today. This is Cassandra Pine, Wally Moon, Noir St. Clair, and with us for emotional support is our friend Chase.
Hugs.
Yes, go
Jesus.
hugs.
Hugs.
There's no question there. You are going to hug.
Yeah, Cassie will put on a smile and agree to a hug.
All right. Does anyone refuse the hug?
She's a team
from
player.
Miss O'Nair. Okay.
Good girl.
Anyone refusing the hug?
This is why we're friends.
I think you're muted still, Shay. I know.
And hello.
Chase would probably refuse the hug.
He just starts
reach out a hand.
coughing.
Says, "It's all right. Handshake, maybe."
Handshake.
Let me introduce myself, Miss O'Nair, Miss Drag O'Nair, and we are here at the lovely Saffron City contest. It is the exclusive facility that we are hoping is going to place us on the map in the best facility for Pokemon contests anywhere in the country. So, make yourselves at home. Just please try to be mindful of the walls. Some of the paint's still drying.
Oh, good to know. Speaking of, can you show me to my staging area? I'd like to start unpacking. Tiffany actually has a very heavy tote bag with her.
Yes, of course. So, Mr. Constant actually arrived just earlier today. He's getting himself set up. So, we have your own dressing rooms set up for you and all of your Pokemon. I will allow your guests to go back into the dressing rooms if they wish, but we ask that during the contest itself that they sit themselves in the audience. It's all right for them to be in the audience. But you'll find that your dressing room should be furnished with everything that you need. If you need anything, just ask the custodian that you saw. Gus is his name. Just flag for him and he'll help you out, all right?
Awesome.
Isn't that
Thank you
right,
so
Gus?
much.
Isn't that right, Gus, honey? And you hear Gus, you see Gus Say, give a grunt. Yes, yes. Okay. Well, we'll get you underway. Let's go. Before you begin, if you could meet up, all of the candidates should be here within the next hour. So just meet up. We have some notes to share with you. We're not going to start the contest right away within the next hour. We'll give you another hour afterwards to get everything ready, but we just need to go over a few things with you. But feel free to get started.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Good luck, Miss Onair says. And she, saunters away. So you will be brought into the dressing room, and the dressing room comes with its own, it's very spa-like. So there is like an area where the Pokemon can be bathed or groomed, tons of mirrors, tons of, changing areas and things of that nature. You'll actually see Jefferson walking by with 5 other Pokemon behind him, and he is dressed very, very handsomely. Not in a, I'm gonna say a suit, which is basically, the jacket is also a dark forest green jacket with cream colored pants, and there's like a pink scarf coming out from the pocket of his suit jacket. His hair is slicked very well, so he looks very presentable. And the following Pokemon are right behind him. So we have Grind. We have Charlotte. We have Bayonet. We have Pave. And last but not least, we have Smooth.
I like it.
The 5 Pokemon that's behind Jefferson eyes the other 5 Pokemon, and all of them seem to be sizing you up a bit, but they don't say anything.
Jefferson, come say hi. Why don't you introduce my friends?
Tiffany, he says, good to see you, and your contestants, your entries.
Yes, my entries.
And this as well. Good luck to you. I'm
too.
Sort of busy right now. I gotta get things ready for all of us. So hopefully,
Yeah, I do too. Good luck, though.
May the best consultant win.
May the best consultant win. Reaches out hand to shake.
He looks at it and then he takes it to shake.
Oh.
And then the Pokemon will follow Jefferson to his dressing room area. What do you guys? Is there anything that you need to role play while you're in the dressing room? Do you want to explain all of the costume pieces? Do you want to?
Yes, it is time to start dressing and bathing and grooming. Yay! Okay. For Remy, she has constructed a. Well, it looks a little bit like a harness, but from where the stage is going to be, it's a leather jacket harness.
Yeah.
And on the back, embroidered is these type symbols for psychic and fire, done in orange.
All right.
I like orange.
Yes. Fern's costume is a cute little dress, something like what you'd see on a dog. The bodice is done in a light blue knit fabric, and the skirt part is done in the white leather. And on the back for the symbol is the ice type.
So
Stu's
cute.
costume is it's also done in the white leather. It is a toga, and the border trim on it is done in purple.
Ooh,
Bullet
very nice.
is going to have a very interesting design. It is a series of leather straps that come across in a lattice pattern in the back, and each place where the lattices cross, there's going to be a black stud, shiny metallic color. And hanging off of the back of it is going to come down to little fringes. Tide is going to have a similar outfit to Bullets in that it's the lattice in the white, only his studs are going to be in gold, and it's going to sit around the front. So it comes down around the neck, down to the chest, where the little stomach pouch is, and then stops. He does not have the fringe, though. And that's their costumes. Now for their accessories, because Tiffany has the fashionista class, so they can have 2 held items. Unfortunately, only one can be active at a time, so I will let you know when we're switching them. Rennie's accessory is a bracer. Would Rennie have any preference to it being on his left or his right leg? Front leg.
Right. Left is wrong.
Right. Okay. Also done in the white leather with just orange crystals scattered across. Fern has a blue necklace collar done with the beads are done in the same light blue shade as the dress, which are also the same color as Fern's eyes. Hugh has a brooch that's going to be attached to the toga. It is done in dark purple crystals, and it has the type symbols for poison and dark. Bullet is actually going to be the fun one to groom because he has body paint down his chest and wings. The body paint is done in white and black, and they are for the symbols for flying and poison. Tide has a gold wire, well, gold, it's not real gold, but it looks like it, wire-wrapped crown tiara he's going to have sitting in front of his front 2 horns, then come back and net behind the part of his head that sticks back. I don't know what they're called, sorry. Tiffany is going to be in a white leather dress. She has decided to go and not have accessories with it, just to keep it simple, keep the focus on the Pokemon.
Okay. So, Tide is going to come out from the Pokeball. He actually prefers traveling via Pokeball. Many water Pokemon do prefer to, because their environment is better suited for them within the Pokeball than it is outside of the Pokeball if water is not involved. And so you will put Tide out in order to dress him up. And while he is in the dressing room, I think Tide is going to actually peruse through the rest of his companions. And he's an older, I guess in Pokemon terms, more middle-aged Pokemon. He's been around the block of contests. He's done this before. He's won several awards himself. So he knows a thing or two. And he kind of gives off the air that he knows a thing or two about this. Just in terms of voice-wise and personality-wise, if you've ever watched the Hunger Games movies, I kind of am modeling him off of Haymitch from the Hunger Games, if that makes any sense. I thought that was a nice little way for me to, at least in my head, envision Tide.
Does that mean the water type is constantly drinking?
He's not constantly drinking. No, he's not constantly drinking.
He wishes, though.
But he definitely is the type of person who's like constantly giving everybody advice, solicited or unsolicited. And so you know, when he first interacts with you, he says, "So, how many of all have actually been in a Pokemon contest before?" None of you.
Bullet will glance at the others.
All right, he sighs. We've got our work cut out for us. All right. The biggest thing I gotta say is just remember, the cameras, the audience, they're always watching you. Even when their attention seems to be in one of the other Pokemon, just be aware that you are always being watched and you're always being judged. He kind of looks over at Fern's expression. Does Fern like go whiter than normal?
Yeah, like deer in the headlights look. It's just like.
Yes. He turns towards Fern and says, "Is that going to be a problem, Miss Vulpix?"
Sir, no, sir.
There's no room for shyness in this. You need to be able to show the judges exactly what you have to offer. You have to be able to sell them, basically, your best assets.
Oh.
Who is ready?
He looks at you and he says, "Now see that one? That one over there." He points with his nose because he doesn't have arms, or he kind of has flippers. He has a flipper. That one, that over there, is showing a lot of excitement, passion. That's what we need. We need passion. Without it, he says, you do not have the fire within you burning in order to be able to have what it takes to win.
Fire comes out
That's
of Remy's
right.
ears.
Burn. Yes. Any questions? All right, good. Just follow everything I say, and we will have this in the bag. And like I said, throughout the entire time, he's just going to be giving you advice, solicited or unsolicited. And in general, does it seem like the Pokemon are, taking the advice politely, not taking the advice politely?
Remy is sitting in a perfect seated position. He hasn't budged the entire time. He's been talking. His ears are pushed forward so they can hear every word that's coming in, and his tail just sort of twitches.
Okay.
Bullet will nod along as, he's spoken to or whatever, and he has, a wide grin and everything. He seems super jazzed about it too, but whether or not he actually understands all the advice or will make use of it is another thing.
Okay.
Yu is listening in earnest, and he's kind of staring in the mirror, like trying to pump himself up for it.
I'm imagining him as like SpongeBob right before the big like Super Bowl kind of episode. Do you guys know? No? Okay. Anyway.
He's like giving himself a pep talk in the mirror, like you can do this, you can do this.
Okay.
You can do this. You are beautiful. You love yourself.
Aw.
Ew.
So after you guys have done some preliminary preparations, like I said, Miss Drag O'Nair is asking for all of the contestants to come out on stage for further instructions. So you guys will arrive. Jefferson will be there with his Pokemon, all wonderfully dressed in costume themselves. And there's another person there, another human, who you then believe is going to be the third candidate. And this woman looks like this. She is a pale goth woman.
Is this the same girl from the wedding?
She is
And
the
Chase's
bartender
diner
from the
scene?
wedding. Yes, she is. It's the exact same person.
Small world, huh?
Right behind her are the following set of Pokemon. We have Gizgaz.
Oh, it's Steam.
We have Sly. We have Harrington. We have Ringo. And last but not least, the largest of all of the Pokemon, probably on the stage, Glacius. Okay?
Nadia's Bjorn.
No, not Esbjorn. No. Sorry. And so Miss O'Nair will walk up in front of you on the stage, or actually from behind, from the audience, and she'll just talk to you. She doesn't need a microphone. She actually projects her voice very well, and she says, "All right," she says, "thank you again so much for being punctual, for being early. We are definitely excited to have you all here to determine who is going to be hired into the position of consultant at this lovely facility. We're going to give you a chance right now to mingle a little bit. We're going to break out some lunch for you over in the next room in the back. We've got some food. Nothing too messy, don't worry. We don't want to mess up anyone's costume. So trainers, please watch your Pokemon. Make sure they don't make a mess of themselves. But we want you guys to mingle with each other. We want you guys to get to know one another so we can have a lovely, friendly competition. We'll give you guys an hour break for lunch, and then after that, you'll have 1 more hour to prepare, and the contest will begin. The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to introduce you to 3 other important people. First of all, I want to introduce you to the MC for tonight, for today. And with that, she takes out a luxury Pokeball, and she pops out Miss Onair's personal Pokemon. Does anybody have any guesses of what kind of Pokemon Miss Onair has? Does anyone want to make a guess? Dragonair? Good guess, but no, it's not.
Is it a
Jinx?
Walrein?
No. It's not a Jinx, but that's a good guess. A Walrein? No, that's not what it is.
So pretty though.
I know.
Would it be a melodic?
That's also a very good guess, but no, it's not. So out pops a Pokemon named Regina, a Vespiquen.
Oh, yeah, no, I could see that.
A Vespiquen. And the Vespiquen is actually dressed in regal wear like you see in this. Normally Vespiquens don't look like that. They don't normally have the coat, just as an FYI. But this one is all decked out. And yeah, so the Vespiquen will look towards the Pokemon and she will say in Pokemon, she will say, "It is a pleasure to meet you." And she acts very, very, royal, and almost like she demands respect. And she says, "It will be my pleasure to introduce all of you." She probably speaks in what the Pokemon version of a British accent would be. To welcome all of you here, I will make sure that I'll give every one of you the best chance that you can at this grand title. Do any of you have any questions? She asks. Anything at all? Well,
It was just staring at her like, with stars in his eyes.
ooh, stars or hearts? Stars?
Both maybe.
Both maybe. Okay. Wow.
But he's starstruck and also maybe in love a little.
I also would like to introduce you to the judges of today's competition, Miss Onair says. And she points to the following 2 seats. Now, normally, Pokemon contests are judged by humans. These judges are Pokemon. Pokemon are going to be judging. So, the first Pokemon judge is a male Absol named Abraham. The second, and Absol's fur rivals, I won't say it's better, but it rivals Remy's hair, like Remy's fur. I know, blasphemy. It's very well styled, and then the other judge is a female Pokemon named Flora. The judges will stand up from their podiums, and Abraham will call out. So, just to let you know, in case you've done Pokemon contests before, the format is going to be a mix of traditional and non-traditional. We are going to divide up the contest into 5 separate contests, 1 for each major category: cute, smart, tough, beauty, and what's the last one? Cool. And cool. That will be the first half of the competition. The second half of the competition is the part that is a little bit more untraditional. That will be the part where we will get to know you as Pokemon, and that will be an actual Q and answer portion. And the woman says, "And no fair answering any of the questions with world peace. If any of you answer any question with world peace, you will be completely kicked out of the competition. Are we clear on that? Flora says. Yes, dear, she says. She points at
Why? Is world peace bad?
She says, world peace is not bad. It's just myself and Abraham, we've heard that answer so many times. We're trying to find something that's a little bit more creative, just to help you all out.
Understood.
Any other questions of how this is going to work?
Could we talk about peace in other places?
I suppose if the question is relevant to that, although I can't imagine any of them will, but sure. Space peace.
Space peace.
Any other questions at all? And it doesn't look like anyone else has any questions. Okay. Well, if you would like to chat with myself or Abraham, we will also be joining you for lunch as well. Good luck to you, Flora says. And you guys will then be ushered over to the next room where it's very well decorated. There's a table with some snacks, finger sandwiches, some light hors d'oeuvres. There's like a vegetable fruit crudité there. There's like a cheese spread. And then also on the other side of the room, there's also a buffet specifically for the Pokemon as well. So,
You careful eating.
during this time, anyone who wishes to mingle with anyone is welcome.
Oh yeah,
Mingle
she's
with
making a
anyone.
beeline for Erdessa.
Okay.
Has Tiffany, sorry, out of character, has Tiffany ever heard of her before? Is she new to the circuit?
I'm gonna say roll a, I guess, general education.
Not Pokemon education?
Roll a Pokemon education. That would be correct. That would be better.
11.
11? Nah, I don't think you would have heard of it.
Stupid
Could she roll
gods
that?
interrupting her daytime research.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say, Riz?
Well, I was asking if she could re-roll it, but I guess she was doing this on her own, just like leaving the group instead of chatting with us. So
Yeah,
I
Sorry.
I would say so.
no, it's fine. I agree.
You're gonna go up to Iridessa. I don't know if anyone else has a reason to go with her to go meet Iridessa, but is Ew gonna go with Tiffany at least?
Yeah, he's gonna go with her. He wants to see all of the competition.
Okay. Iridessa right now she has a glass in her hand and she's having a sip of some really tasty looking ice wine.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Benoit. Pleasure to meet you. You're Erdessa, right?
Yes, she says in a very breathy voice. Nice to meet you, and she holds out her hand delicately to shake. Have we met before?
I was just gonna ask you that. You look so familiar.
She's wondering, and she says, what other circuits have you competed in?
Mostly just here in Kanto.
She says, well, I can't say that I remember competing with you at some point. She takes another sip, and she starts studying you as if she's still trying to remember where she might have seen you. But she doesn't. Nothing seems to come to her head.
Okay.
She says, you have some very interesting Pokemon with you, Miss Benoit.
Oh, thank you. One of them's actually mine. This is Ew.
Oh, she kind of waves a little bit, breath in a breathy voice again. Hello, Ew.
Who will look up at her and he'll wave more gently than he usually does because he doesn't want to flick his goo
Yes.
everywhere. He's trying to be very poised.
So tell me, she says, what do you think of Miss Onair?
Oh, she seems delightful.
She says, I definitely love her outfit, but I don't think I'd be able to fill it as well as she can.
I don't think any of
My-
us could.
My shoulders aren't quite that broad. It gets to just like awkward silence.
Yeah,
As she
like,
keeps drinking.
I
She's
like
not
this
really
person.
she's not really one to like continue a conversation unless somebody is actively continuing it.
Oh, have you met Jefferson yet?
She says, no, I haven't had the pleasure.
Oh, I
Is
should
he
come
not-
over and say hi. We've known each other since we were kids. Jeff! Come over, say hi.
Yes, Jefferson was talking to Miss O'Nair, and but then you come over there, and he has also a glass of wine in his hand, and he says, "You must be you must be Iridessa, correct?" "Yes." "Jefferson?" "Yes." And they shake hands. "Nice to meet you." And Jefferson takes another sip and says, "So, Iridessa, I have to say that bear tick of yours, it's very impressive looking. I'm assuming that that he is entering the tough competition." And Iridessa takes another sip and she nods. "I'm sure that someone of your caliber can see that clearly." And Jefferson kind of blushes a little bit and says, "Well, yeah, I have some experience, absolutely, which is why I'm warning you."
One of the best readers in Kanto.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Which is why I said to Tiffany as well, to be fair, so it's not you personally, that I'm definitely not holding back today. So I hope you're ready to bring your A game. And she says, "Well, yes, I definitely am going to do the very best that I can today." She smiles and she takes another sip from her glass. Well, it was nice meeting you.
I should get back to my own team.
I'm just gonna go right back over there and finish my conversation with Miss O'Nair.
All right. See you in a bit. Goes back
She
to her
will-
group.
Okay.
And Bullet, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bullet, once everyone was like ready to mingle and everything, looked quite excited seeing the table of food and all that, and all the other Pokemon. So he'd look at Molly, just kind of beckon, asking for permission.
Molly will look at him and she'll say, "Come on, let's go grab some."
He will stealth along with her.
She'll go right up to the table and she'll just start packing it in before anyone can tell her to stop.
Cool. So they're gobbling it up together. I like that.
And she's also putting some in her bag.
Okay. While you're gobbling food, so there's another Pokemon who's also at the table. It's Smooth, and as you're gobbling food, Smooth takes his shades, which looks a lot like the Squirtle shades if you watch the anime. They do look like a lot of Squirtle
Yes,
shades.
I've seen that.
He lowers the shades down.
So he'd see it from the corner of his eye or whatever, and then turn his head a little bit and offer one of his smaller wings. "Huh, my name's Bullet. I'm the smart one."
The Whooper slowly puts the shades back on, and he walks over to the two of you and says, "Pleasure. The name's Smooth."
So I give it a little shake of his body as he swallows down, and then, he's still extending the wing, but is starting to debate pulling back now. Just, "Hi, like I said, Bullet. Nice to meet you. What contest are you in?"
Isn't it obvious? I'm the cute one.
And
He
Bullet
sort of
will
he
laugh.
raises his eyebrows. Not that Whoopers have eyebrows, but he raises his brow. I'm the cute one.
So yeah, Bullet laughs and says, "Okay, well, that's fun. So I mean, but are you in the cool contest, or you look pretty tough to me? I don't know."
He says, "I actually normally compete in the cool contest, but Jefferson needs to distribute the contests to all 5 of us." So he turns towards the dino, and he says, "Bayonette over there, she's covering cool."
So are you really covering cute?
He will nod. "Yes. Isn't it obvious?"
We'll kind of tilt his head one way and tilt his head the other way, then say,
Take off your glasses for a second.
He lowers his glasses again.
give a little nod.
All right, put him back on.
He puts his glasses up, and when he lowers his glasses, he sort of like flashes his eyes a little bit, and then he puts it back on again. So you're smart, you said?
Proudly straightens up.
That's right. I'm the smart one of our group.
Aha. Good to know. And I guess that one over there is the hungry one of the group?
Is there a hungry contest?
Is she yours?
Oh, well, yeah, she's mine. Aren't we great together?
She's very hungry.
Uh-huh, we both are. Look, do you want some? It's really good.
He says, I normally don't eat 2 hours before the competition.
Why?
Just a personal preference. I find myself, it gives me too much gas. I want to make sure that I am performing tip-top.
Well, take it from the smart one. You should never pass up free food.
I'll take that in consideration. All right, smart one. I'll see you in the competition. Just be cool.
My name's Bullet.
He doesn't really seem to be paying much attention, and that's because he's already turned around and he left.
Oh, poor guy.
Molly looks over at Bullet. She has her mouth full. She goes, "Hey, are you making friends?"
Look at her, offer
don't
a
mind
bit of
me,
a weak
go.
grin.
Noir, while you're, I don't know who you're with. Are you with anyone in particular right now?
Should probably be with Remy, and if Remy wanders off,
Okay.
she'll just let him. But she'll probably just be in the corner somewhere, staying out of the way.
The Umbreon walks by you, looks towards your direction, Noir. You make eye contact, just for a minute, and then the Umbreon turns towards the Pokemon food and walks towards the Pokemon food.
Yeah, Remy has been looking at the Umbreon the whole time. That's why he's not moving. He's by Noir's side, and he's looking at the Umbreon as it approaches, and then he looks at Noir's bracelets, looks up at Noir, and then growls a little bit.
Well,
Whether he's growling at Noir or growling at the Umbreon is ambiguous.
then we'll be excitedly going up to everyone and going, hello, good luck in the competition, hope you all do well, just like to everyone. And then like she'll go to do it to Lux and then go, oh, oops, sorry, thanks for supporting us in the competition.
You do well, little.
Most of the Pokemon are like really blasé about you telling them good luck, but they're like, oh, thank you. They don't wish you good luck back. But one Pokemon in particular scampers up to you. He's very excited and he's saying, oh boy, we're gonna be in a contest very soon. It's this one specifically.
I was gonna say it's a Gizgaz.
Gizgaz. Hi, my name is Gizgaz. What's your name?
Aw.
And Gizgaz, he sort of has this thing where he can never stop. He cannot sit still. His head's always bobbing or something along those lines. He fidgets all the time.
You're exhausting to look at.
Oh, sorry. I'll try to control myself. So he freezes his upper body, but his lower body starts like twerking. Like his lower body starts twerking, and then he realizes that his lower body's twerking, so he freezes that part, and then his upper body starts to bob. So it's like he can only control half his body at a time.
You just go on being energetic.
Oh, okay. So, which one are you going to be in? Are you going to be in cool? Are you going to be in smart?
I'm emotional support.
Oh, okay.
Clearly,
Well,
my sunny demeanor. Obviously.
Oh, well, that's all right. You maybe if you went suntanning or something, that would work out a little bit better for you.
He actually starts backing into Chase's sweaty at the mention of sunlight.
So what
That's
does
a
what does
super
Bullet
brave.
yell out? Could you, Riz? What does Bullet yell out at that moment?
I'm the smart one.
Yeah.
Anyway, go
Well,
on. I didn't want to interrupt.
Which one of you is going to be competing in the cute contest?
That's me. That's me. I'm in the
Oh.
cute contest.
You're in the cute contest. Oh, well, that's great. You and I, we're going to be competing together then.
We're cool. We have to do like some cool tricks or something. I don't know. How does it work?
He says, well, you kind of get out there, and then they'll determine what order you go into, and then you just go in and you just, do the cutest thing that you can do.
Okay. I'll follow your lead, but not like directly.
What's your talent?
I can make it snow.
He says, oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. My trainer, Miss Ardessa, has been helping me out with my talents. It sort of came out by accident, because I don't know if you noticed, but I can't really, sit still. I'm always fidgeting. So anyway, Ardessa tried to get me a fidget spinner, and well, I started doing tricks with the fidget spinner, and it's really, really interesting. It's really, really cute. At least that's what I've been told. Do you want me to show you?
Oh, yeah. Go.
It looks like he's about to pull something out from his costume with his teeth. And then a hand comes up from up above, and it's a pale hand, and places it down and says, Giz guys, no fair spoiling your talents before the competition. And Giz guys looks up and says, oh, sorry. I couldn't, sorry, I wanted to show you, but I guess I can't, spoil it. Don't want to spoil a surprise for you.
Oh, yeah, I like surprises.
Well, it's cool that you can make it snow. I wish I could make it snow. Or change the weather, or, do anything else that other Pokemon can do.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how you do. I'll be watching you closely.
Oh, okay, all right.
Not too closely, because I don't want to make you nervous.
Oh, no, not nervous at all. I just naturally shake like this. No.
Cool.
And with that, he'll happily scamper off to go get more food. Anyone else wants to mingle with anyone before we move on?
Yes. Lex is going to signal to Chase that he wants to go over where Remy and Noir are.
Yep, he'll walk over and sit down by Noir.
Lex will hop out, try to look around like, I am a stuffed toy and not a Pokemon, humans. Then looks over at Remy. So I gotta ask.
Good. Yes?
Who's the pretty puppy? Use the pretty puppy!
All right. Don't say it like that. No.
Aw, but you are the pretty puppy. You are the beauty.
I am pretty hot. Fire comes out his ears.
Abraham and Flora have entered into the room by now, and they seem to, as soon as they come in, several of the Pokemon from both Iridessa's and Jefferson's side goes up to them and starts chatting up with the two judges. While this is happening, Miss Benoit, Tiffany, you are approached by a man who actually who has been in the room the entire time. He was on the phone for most of it, and this middle-aged man, he's got like a little bit like a gray. He's got salt and pepper hair, a little bit balding, and he's got like a salt and pepper mustache. And he says, Miss Benoit, may I speak with you for a moment, please,
Of course.
privately?
All right. Looks around at her friends, make sure they're okay, the Pokemon are okay. Everyone looks okay? All right. Can you go stay with your friends for a bit? I'll be back, okay?
You happily goes to watch the judges.
Aw. Go make friends. Okay. She'll follow him out.
He says, Miss Benoit,
Yes.
I should introduce myself. My name is Kirkland. I am one of the employees here at the Pokemon Contest Center. I wanted to ask you, before you go into the competition, if you would be interested in, well, my services.
Your services?
He says, I just wanted to inform you that I have some items that have experimental in nature that might help aid you in the competition if you are interested. And
Thank you. Thank you so much for bringing this up, but I think my team's ready. It would
Very
be a little
well.
like cheating for me.
That's up to you, he says. If you change your mind, at least let me inform you what I have to offer, and if you still would like to decline, that is up to you.
All right. I will at least hear you out.
He will open up a case, and inside the case is a set of different. It looks like butterfly, like shot injectors, basically. And he says these are experimental serums that when injected into a Pokemon, they can temporarily have a new ability on top of the abilities that they currently have. I have one specifically for cool, tough, cute, beauty, and smart. Out of character, essentially, they are injectors that would give the Pokemon temporarily for an hour, give them the ability to cast the following powers, even if they cannot normally cast those powers in other natural means. Light of Ruin, which is beauty, Hidden Power, which is smart, Metronome, which is cute, Dragon Breath, which is cool, and Wild Charge, which is tough. And he is offering this to you if you are interested in them, but you can decline.
Okay, out of character, I'm blanking. I know you can't use the same move twice in a row usually, but it shouldn't be any problem alternating.
It shouldn't be a problem alternating.
Okay.
But it would probably be best if they don't repeat. It would probably still be best if they don't repeat at all. But that's up to you to decide.
It just feels like cheating on so many levels to her.
Okay. So is that what you said? Did you tell him?
This is... I understand its place. I personally don't endorse it. I'm sorry. Thank you, though. I hope I'll see you around.
No problem, he says. And please, enjoy the rest of lunch.
Thank you.
And as when you go back, you see that he's now going to walk over to Iridessa, and they will go off and talk privately as well. So, is anything else happening that I should know about? The judges seems to be chatting it up again with Jefferson's and Iridessa's Pokemon. And if nobody wants to say anything to anyone else, then I think this is a good time for us to close the session for today.